Let me know when we're ready. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Block Party live on Allerton.com. I'm your host, Chad, and I'm joined by Amy and Jason this week. Tristan is out of town doing some research in Switzerland, dangling from mountains and bridges, so unfortunately he will not be here. He'll be here next week for you guys. So, yeah, I know.
Just doing what Tristan does. Tristan likes to go on these extravagant trips to Eastern Europe, essentially.
I'm pretty sure he's going to leave us to become a Sherpa one day.
Probably.
And it's just going to be like, damn it, dude. Tristan's gone.
We had a good run, but Tristan is now officially gone.
He's officially a Sherpa in the Alps, dude. But
he's going to try to Nathan Drake it.
I don't know if you've been following him on like social media. He's getting pretty close. Like he's getting near those mountains. There was a picture of him on Instagram or Twitter or something, like in this metal tube, like scaling the side of a mountain. Which I don't know. He can tell us all about that.
Drake wouldn't use a metal tube.
Well, if that was the only way Drake could get around that tunnel, he would go through that metal tube like Tristan.
Drake would climb up the rock walls that have absolutely no grip and covered in ice without any tools to get around.
They are all covered with either ice or moss or dirt.
That is true.
Like not dirt, but like grass, like something weird. Yeah, they're always covered by something. Yeah. No, dude. Nowadays, Drake would actually go through the rocks. He would glitch his way through the mountain.
Yeah, just like I do.
Yeah, just like Amy does.
Yeah, you have like you're weirdly obsessed with Nathan Drake though, so you give him like a little extra push.
He's like super hot, and
he's got a Drake fetish.
Right, yeah, he's a sexy man.
At one time, I woke up
Not
and I had a paper Drake face mask taped to my head, and I was like, I can't see. I
just remember the random 30 she made you dress like Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
and then she kept calling you Nathan Drake.
No, he wanted me to. He likes it when he role plays as
Did you?
No, maybe I did. I don't know if I did.
Told you.
No, I did not.
I don't know. We need to go back and rewatch that random 30 then, because I need to see how that turned out.
He called me like Amy Drake, and I was like, well, that means I'm married to Nathan Drake, and then yeah, he started it.
Well,
I bet you $20.
Well,
yeah.
Well, the video you guys can find it is on our YouTube channel, so go check it out right now.
You guys be the judge.
No, not right now.
I look sexier than Nathan Drake.
Yeah, this is why I don't host things. Like, stop watching us and go watch that other thing.
Stop! Go away! Watch something else.
What are you doing right
dude? I don't know what I'm doing, dude. Get control of your show, man.
I dress like Nathan Drake. Oh, it's in full control, dude.
All right.
I'm just trying to...
Yeah, you got a lot. You have... I'm trying to just... I have the video going right now. Do you have more necklaces on that video, or when you were at the Ubisoft press conference?
Oh, dude. Ubisoft press conference, because I acquired some more necklaces.
Relics, as that guy called them.
Yes. I acquired more trinkets across my chest. Right. Yeah, trinkets. But, so, yeah, if you guys want to check it out, too, we got a couple of those videos. But I think you stay tuned, because we actually got a chance to play the Titanfall 2 beta this week. Me and Jason did. Amy, unfortunately, was too busy to enjoy the Titanfall 2 beta this weekend. And I got a lot of shit to say about that thing, dude. And I know your first my first conversation with you before I got to touch it was you were okay with it after a little while. I just never got into the flow of the beta or the gameplay to be able to get into it.
Yeah, so we didn't talk about it.
No.
We didn't talk about it after I said, "Oh, I played it and it was okay." Like I was like, "Oh yeah,
no, that was what I heard."
Because I went into it, I was like watching all the trailers. I'd seen it at E3. It was just like we loved it. Like we gave Titanfall Game of the Year. Like that was our favorite game in 2014. Like there's no.
I'm pretty sure I bought Amy an Xbox One for Titanfall.
Yeah, I mean, Titanfall is the game that turned Tristan back into a gamer, like a hardcore gamer. Like he just put like 500 hours into that game. We watched him grow up in front of our eyes. It was a beautiful thing.
So we know how it should play.
I know how it should play. And when I played it, it didn't feel like it was playing right. And I don't know why. I only played like 5 or 6 games. I'm going to try it again. I want to try it again with everybody, like the team, when this next beta comes out this weekend.
Yeah, dude, that was the other thing. Is like I was trying to play it with Toby, and their invites to friends, it wasn't functioning. So we couldn't even have played together if we were all together. Like it just wasn't. You could make a clan or they call it section or sector or something like that. But you can make one of those and invite people. We could join, and that'd be great. But you couldn't invite other people into it to actually play. Some people had success on different platforms, but I was having zero success. We tried rebooting, tried uninstalling, reinstalling, tried everything because you want to check it out together and see how everyone plays. So that's what
good. It's good that you experience that now, though, so they can fix it.
Well, if it's even on their list of fixing, I mean, I'm assuming it is, but we don't know.
I would also like to say I gave you $300 for that system with the game, so don't tell people you.
Oh, I didn't mean I. Oh. Whoa, dang!
Holy
dude.
crap! This is gonna be one of those marriage session time situations. Where's
She
Tristan?
just
So we
needs
can
to
just have a
watch
little
what he
conversation.
says and acting like I'm a kept
shit.
woman. I have my own fucking money. Thank you.
Dang, dude!
Dude, I don't know what's going on in your guys'
Everybody
lives.
hear that?
Whoa!
She's got her own money. That means she's buying me a Xbox One S next year,
Oh, that's
or the
nice.
Xbox Scorpion. She's buying me a Scorpio. So you guys know that. I'm a kept man. I will not be afraid to admit that.
I bought like your whole wardrobe. Yeah.
What's that?
Wow.
So I bought your whole wardrobe.
Right here?
Yeah.
New York, baby, New York. But anyways, let's get back on.
Either way,
let's get back
yeah.
on topic
Wow.
here. Amy bought her own Titanfall game, but she didn't play the beta. But we'll talk about that. But anyways, we couldn't get into the friends matches. But once I did get in and have a chance to play it, the first game only had me and 2 other dudes on the same team, so it was jacked up. And again, this is like alpha, beta. Next week is the second test. They had a bunch of changes coming through. But like the gameplay itself, like the wall running, felt sloppy. Like I felt like I wasn't hitting walls when I should have hit walls. It wasn't jumping off of walls to like other things like that well either.
Mm-hmm.
And then that new grappling hook, I don't know if they tweaked it after they made their trailers or what, but dude, that thing felt crusty as shit, dude. That was not making smooth gameplay for me, dude. Like it would go, I'd shoot it onto something, and then like sometimes it would just pull me up slowly, where it was like almost like I'm running, I do a wall jump, I jump up and I shoot it. Yeah, and it pulls me up slowly and like just drops me somewhere. It wasn't giving me this like flinging action like I had seen in the trailers, which I was really excited for. Maybe you had a better experience with that, but dude, that was the biggest letdown because that was the thing I was most excited for.
Yeah, the grappling hook was a little bit funky for me too.
It's like, shit, I wanted this thing to work out awesome. It had a couple cool moments.
Yeah,
but
not being able to shoot from it was the biggest thing that I took away that I just didn't like. That was...
Wait, you can't use your weapon while you're on the grappling hook?
I couldn't, unless I was doing something wrong. I don't think you're allowed to.
No, you have to release the grappling hook and then you can shoot.
That doesn't seem to make sense, because like you'd think that'd be part of like the advantage of like, I'm gonna get really good at this grappling hook so I can fly away and shoot you while I'm doing it, as opposed to just like, hey, I'm a sitting duck.
Yeah, you would. That is kind of what I thought, but no. And like Chad was
Hey,
saying,
kill me.
it was kind of janky in a weird way. It did. I don't. It didn't work as well as I was hoping it would work, which was kind of a bummer. Like I would throw it at my Titan to try to jump onto the Titan, and I don't know, I felt like I was missing, but maybe that's just me sucking at the game more than, or not having enough experience with it than doing it properly. It just never flowed. Like, it just never flowed.
Yeah,
the maps didn't seem to flow as well as the old Titanfall maps either. Like, I felt like the first time I played Titanfall, I jumped in, I was like parkouring across walls, and I was like the very first time. Like, I took the tutorial.
Parkouring almost feels absent.
And then I was doing it, and I was like, this is not nearly as good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw in Titanfall this week. Play some of that right before I go into Titanfall 2 to get like the perfect, like some more Titanfall 2 to get the perfect, like, what the hell am I doing wrong scenario? Because I'm doing something wrong, clearly.
I don't think it is, because if you look at the way the maps are laid out, it's a lot of rocky hills, and then it's like two buildings in the middle on some of them, but it's just like running on the wall. Like it felt like you would stop or stutter or slow down when you hit the wall. Where in Titanfall 1, it just like you felt like you were going the same speed.
Yeah.
Like it didn't. And like this, it feels like, man, I think I hit that wall. Okay. And when I jumped off it, I wasn't catching the speed too. So that's like one of my complaints is like the interactivity with like that whole wall feeling. The other one is that I felt like was really crazy was the recovery time or the ability to kill each other. I don't know what the hell they call that in game terminology, but like I would shoot a guy and it felt like no matter what gun I used, 3 bullets, they were dead. They shot me, no matter what happened, it was like 3 bullets. It was almost like, you know how in like Destiny when we were doing the Iron Banner this week, and you like shoot a dude and like it takes a couple of hits and like, or you can get him with 3 hits if if you're lucky. But
Headshotting.
Yeah, but you always felt like if you were getting hit, you had time to jump and spin around and like actually like, defend yourself. In this, dude, I felt like I could kill anybody and anyone could kill me like that. Like it just like there was no there was no, and I do like that in some games, one-hit kills, but this isn't a game for that. This is a game that's like, the Halo and, the Destinies, where you have a hit point pool and you got to drain it. Like, that's what these type of games are. And, dude, I don't know your experience, Jason, but I could put dudes down in like a half a second, and they would put me down in half a second. I never felt like if I got shot, I'd have a chance to be like a hero.
No, I totally agree with you.
There was zero hero chance.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder if that's just like a balance issue at this point. Like, they just don't have that worked out. Because I thought I died really quick too. But I've been playing like a lot of Overwatch. So I was like, well, I feel like I can last a while in Overwatch after a few shots. So maybe I was just like not remembering how you die in Titanfall.
Because I play Call of Duty, and then we played Destiny, Iron Banner all week because they had the Iron Banner event going on, so we were hopping in and out of that. And it's just like, it doesn't feel like it used to. It is a balance thing, but it's got to be fixed before the game goes live, because how annoying is that going to be when you think you're a badass and you're playing this game for a couple months and you're just killing all sorts of dudes, and then they rebalance it to make it take longer to kill people, and then all of a sudden you're just thrown off because you get in that mode where like, okay, I know this guy's down in a second, I can start spinning, but you don't put enough bullets in and you start moving around. It's a weird balance thing, but I'm glad they did this. Hopefully it doesn't screw them over, but apparently like right now their pre-order sales are like nothing compared to what it was for the original Titanfall and for what games should be kind of right about now.
And they're expecting 9 million sales from this. That's what their goal is. This is like the studio is
pre-orders are only at 100,000, not even.
It's crazy, and that's probably why they did this. Like, right, like to try to get this game out there in more people's hands. And the reaction right now online and in social media is just tearing this game apart, which is crazy. And like the weird part is like you're reading people that are like, I was a huge fan of Titanfall, but I played this and it's not the Titanfall that I remember. Yeah, and then you're seeing quotes from like the game's director and stuff who said, "Hey, we're deliberately like slowing the game down." Another one was like, "We looked at the way people were playing the game and they were like kind of all over the map, so we're like redesigning the map so that everybody's moving through lanes."
But that was like part of the fun is that you could find an out of the way spot and like snipe or sneak around and get people. Because if you're not good, but you feel like you're doing some work that way you're not in the heat of like if you get too nervous, because like sometimes I get really nervous when I play like online against other people, and I just like want to be able to chill and like pick them off here and there kind of thing, like I don't want to be forced into these lanes where it's like die, and you're like, what do I do,
Yeah, it's like they almost took everything people loved about Titanfall and were just like, meh. We know better than you guys, and it's really strange. I think they have a lot of the people from the old Call of Duty teams from their old studios that have come on board since they've gotten bigger, and maybe that's starting to like, they're like, we know what makes a good shooter. But it's like Titanfall was cool because it was a different shooter.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't like Call of Duty. It wasn't like those games, and that's why I enjoyed it, because I don't really care for the Call of Duty series. That franchise is not fun for me. I feel too stressed out and anxiety-ridden when I play those, because it's just like, fight, everyone's together. And I'm like, but like I don't know this map at all, so now I'm going to die because there's no place for me to hide anywhere because everyone knows where to hide. And if you're not on that game day one ready to go, you're going to be like the one everyone's like, oh great, this person's on my team again.
Yeah.
So like with Titanfall, it felt like super like casual friendly, but there was still enough intensity going on that if you like got super hardcore like Tristan, you could just destroy on maps and like be really into it and in those firing lanes.
Yeah, and it's weird. They took a lot of the AI out. I think the AI is only in one mode now. So you only have grunts in one mode, which sucks, because I really loved killing those little bastards. That was like my favorite part. Yeah.
Well, not only that, you were able to turn them onto your team, and they would follow you around and help shoot guys for you and stuff. And like it was a really clever aspect, like really intelligent design. And then I guess.
Yeah.
Like, where was the feedback that people didn't want that stuff? Is what confuses me. Like, what data are they pulling? I don't think it is.
I think these are just people that are just like, they feel like they know, like it's their game, right? And they're gonna do what they want. Like I can't imagine there's any feedback, because all the feedback is super negative right now. So why would no one saying this? Like the hardcore people playing this game that love Titanfall aren't saying any of this shit, dude. It's really
like,
fucking
what the fuck?
on the line. Yeah.
But I do want to touch on one of the more fun points. I did enjoy Titan Combat. I had a good time in that. It felt like it wasn't changed very much from what it used to be for me, except the new weapons.
Getting the Titans is different now.
Oh, yeah, you're going third person?
No, is it? Don't you have to, like, you don't get your Titan... Because it used to be, like, a timer and then kills. I think it's all kill-based now.
Yeah, it's kill streak and kill based, and then it's also
they turned them into kill streak weapons. It's fucking ridiculous.
Call of Duty dude. They Call of Duty.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So they switched it. So they did note in the recent one recent patch note was for the next weekend they were putting a increased timer on the amount of time, like less time to get your Titan.
No shit! It's like the best part of Titanfall is the fucking Titans. Like
the game's called.
You got to the point where you're in an alpha. Like it's not a fucking alpha at this point. It's a beta. The game comes out in like 3 months. Like go fuck yourself with that. But you didn't realize that until now. Until like real people got their hands on it. Like no one at that gives me like no faith in that entire studio that no one that said anything about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane that and I always wonder like what people are thinking when they do stuff like that, dude. What is that? Chicken attack? Is that the daily chicken attack?
Yeah.
Nah, somebody's asking to visit. It was a chicken.
It's like licking its butt.
Sorry. They're cleaning themselves.
It's like a chicken podcast, man.
I
don't even know why
the chicken probably would have like better input on how to make a good Titanfall game than these guys at this point.
They should make rideable chicken Titans.
Well, hopefully the customization they've talked about, we haven't had a chance to dabble in, but customization of your Titan is supposed to be pretty detailed, but we'll see how that turns out as well, I guess, man, because details to them.
What's the point? You're never going to see the goddamn thing because, like, oh, wait, the Titans don't come now on a regular time. Well, maybe we'll speed that up, I guess. Like, are you even going to get to see your Titan at this rate?
Yeah, I think you will. We're going to see a few changes, a handful of changes from them this time. I just want to see the return of grunts in almost all gameplay modes. Like, it's just stupid to not have them. When I would join a game and we were taking over bases and there was no little robots running in there to take it back from you. Remember that? Like Hardpoint?
Yeah, dude. When a grunt killed you, it was like the saddest thing ever. You were just like,
oh
my god,
an idiot! Like you were handicapped or something.
Yeah. What killed you? A fucking grunt, dude. Nice job, man.
Dude? I don't think this game's coming out this holiday.
I think it's getting pushed back.
I can't see it getting this kind of a negative reaction. The reaction was bad this weekend. It's only gonna be worse next weekend. It's gonna be the Ghostbuster effects. It's just gonna be people are gonna be pounding on it to pound on it now. Like they should have just fucking canceled the second beta because that's just terrible. They're gonna get destroyed. And then
not enough time to recover.
And they don't have enough time to fix this to make it right. They're just in a bad spot right now.
Because the core gameplay is what's suffering. It's not like anything else. It's core gameplay that you can't really change on a dime, dude. I mean, you could tweak a few settings here and there and hope for a day one patch that's 2 gigs, but good fucking luck, dude. And that shit just annoys me anyways.
With Overwatch being so hot right now, coming out against Battlefield, coming out against another Call of Duty, there's a lot of competition this fall. Like, why risk it?
This could completely bury them, and then you'll never see another Titanfall game again.
Which would be super sad because I love Titanfall.
Yeah, it was a really fun game.
I want this game to be good.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll find out next weekend as we get a second beta test for it. We'll dive into that one as well, see what changes what changes they offer, and if anything is improved compared to it. We'll let you guys know about that next week. But speaking of childhood and favorite games, Worms, dude, released this week.
Yes.
A brand new Worms game. If you guys are not familiar with Worms, man, I think it's been around for, don't quote me on it, but quote me on it, 17 years. Team 17 years. Don't quote me, but quote me.
The front of the trailer says 25 years of excellence. I don't know if that was their first game.
From their company. I don't know if it's been Worms. Yeah. So,
I mean, we were playing this since we were kids. So
yeah, and it's a strategy game. You take little worms, and it's like a side-scrolling battle with grenades and bananas and coffins and all sorts of insane stuff, dude. Going on. So if you guys have never checked out Worms, I recommend checking it out. But Jason picked it up and I picked it up right now. It's got a bundle going on. If you guys want to talk to anybody, you can.
No, I picked it up.
I just thought that was funny.
I just love it when people call out how much of a shining star you really are, Chad.
Yeah, he's the little golden boy.
I mean, none of us got pulled up on stage at the Ubisoft press conference, so I'm all right with it.
Yeah, nobody else got pulled up on stage, just you. Or pulled up out of the line.
Can we talk about Worms now?
He's speechless.
Well, I'm only speechless because I don't know what you guys are referencing. Like, I know I was there, but
it was just an amazing moment for us.
Oh,
well, to be in line, and then of all the people at the Ubisoft press conference for you to get pulled out. That was pretty much it.
You like the spotlight.
You're the star, man. You like the spotlight.
You're the star. You're the host.
All right. I thought we were talking about worms here.
We were talking about worms, and people in chat got
excited.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on in chat? I don't have chat. I don't have chat going on right now, so I have literally no clue what's happening.
Well, I don't know what's happening.
You're just going to have to live vicariously through our Sly comments.
All right. Yeah, all right, well, Amy, what have you been up to this week?
Wait, we're not talking about worms?
Nah, we're not talking about worms anymore.
Why?
Amy.
We're going to bring up worms, and we're going to say how you made a team, and I'm on the team, and the chickens are on the team, and we're going to play multiplayer in worms, because I'm a noob to that game. I think I've played it once before. And I enjoyed what I played. It was kind of weird and kooky, and it seems relatively interesting. So that's what I'm going to do on Worms with you. And you're not going to just play.
When did you first play Worms? On the PC?
You had it out on your Xbox or something.
Oh, that's when you played it, dude. I had the one on Xbox 360. I bought it. I think it was like Worms Armageddon.
That was a good one, I think. Yeah.
Maybe the other one, after they did the 3D version of Worms, dude, they went and then they tried to rekindle the original Worms, and I don't know, sometimes it felt like all their worm making, dude, it felt kind of reminiscent of the first one and not much changed. But in this one, dude, it's getting crazy with indoor stages, and you can hide your worms now, and then there's hidden scrolls on the maps.
They have good feedback.
I just like that phrase. You can hide your worms.
Dude, your worm's buried.
It's up in here.
See if you can come find the worm. It's over here somewhere.
There's a worm in my pants.
It is good. They have really good physics, I feel like, now again. The worms seem to fly really far, which I felt like was a problem in the past few games. I skipped the last game because it was just a fucking train wreck, but the one I played before that, it wasn't. It's been bad for a while, actually.
Yeah.
I wonder. I wanted to play against you online, but it said you can't play AI, so it would just be a one-on-one matchup, which is still.
That sounds really boring.
Doesn't sound like the best situation to play that game in. I wonder if we could do.
That's really weird.
I wonder if you could do like two people on one Xbox versus two people on another Xbox or something like that. That would be interesting.
That would imply you have friends, Jason.
Two people on one Xbox, one people on another Xbox.
I know you can do a couple on one on 5 or whatever. So it's a bunch of dudes all going into one lobby and playing. Me and Amy are going to be able to set it up where it's me and her. We each got our own team, and then we go against 4 other AI teams and just banana the shit out of everybody, dude.
Well, that's good. I actually fired it up. I think you can have up to 6 or 8, right? 6 or 8 teams or something crazy.
Oh yeah, 8 probably sounds about right.
I had 8. I played a 4 versus 3 AI components, and we each had 8 worms on our team. It was awesome because it was just chaos.
This game is fucking amazing. It can be such a good time.
Yeah, the key is to play with people together on a couch and just realize how stupid the game is, because everyone's gonna screw up. I like when the computer screws up and throws a grenade and it bounces off a wall and kills them. It's the best thing ever.
Dude, my favorite was back in the day. Our dad loves this game, dude. He played he's probably played more games of Worms than anybody's ever played all of their games combined. He's put some time into it. But it was always my favorite when we'd all play each other and we'd have a bunch of people over at the house playing, and someone would hit the wrong button and just jump right into a pit, dude. I don't know why.
Dude, I did it the other day because I switched it to it was X and A, and I hit X and I just fucking jumped and I wanted to shoot, and I was and it just makes that plop. And your worm just sinks, and you're just I am such a loser.
Or you're trying to switch weapons, and you're in the heat of the moment, into that timer's counting down. You're 5 seconds, and you're shit. Which button switches my weapon? And you hit one, and it's the jump forward, and you just go right into the fucking water.
You could play 100 hours of Worms, dude. But when that timer hits 15 seconds, dude, you're on the ninja rope swinging and trying to drop a piece of dynamite, dude. You're gonna fuck it up. You're falling off the rope and dropping the dynamite on yourself every single time. It's inevitable, and it'll make you laugh your ass off every single time. It's so stupid. You gotta get the balance right though with the weapons, because you can make your own custom set to make sure that the baseball bat is by default is hidden under a timer. You should have the baseball bat at all times. There's certain things everyone should have one banana bomb at all times. You should have the craziness.
You should start with a banana bomb and a bat.
Yeah.
Or the fire punch, whichever one you want. I'll take either.
Did you get the DLC content? Were you able to get
I did. I was able to still get that.
Okay, good.
So I had my Fallout 4 credit that we told you guys all about a few months ago, dude. So I had my Fallout 4 credit, saved me $10.
Because some of that DLC is great. The goat from... Yeah, and it's the goat from Goat Simulator. And he uses his tongue and you ninja rope with the goat, which is pretty great.
Oh, they actually do that stuff?
Joanna Dark is one of the things that you can craft. And it takes a lot of shit. So she comes down on a rope, pulls out her gun and just sprays up like a huge chunk of the map. But it's Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark, and it looks great.
That's super. Things.
Yeah, and they got like ukulele.
Yeah, so you got to get the crafting stuff right too. You have to have the right mix of like how many different items, like how many, because you can start with like a little bit of crafting material or a lot. And then when Chad's turn's going, Amy can craft a new banana bomb, or she can craft Joanna Dark. And you can do it like once per turn, so like once per Worm's turn. So I started dismantling my bad stuff. Like I'll dismantle my mines to get all the crafting material, and my magnets, like as the other teams are going, so I can build some cool shit when things get hot. There's a lot more strategy in this one than they've had in the past, which I kind of like.
Which I think is actually pretty awesome that they allow you to. I was afraid, like when we had the E3 test, and I was playing it during there. I didn't know that you could craft while it wasn't your turn. So then I started crafting when it was my turn because I didn't even think about hitting the buttons to try and do that.
Yeah.
So I was crafting during my turn only, and I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna have enough time to do anything. The other thing that pissed me off during that test was the length of time it took for the computer to go.
Oh,
I was like, at this point, there should be like a fast forward button.
I
like,
thought
we're in 2016.
Actually, I was playing this one, and I was like, oh, they should go a little bit quicker. But they go fast, or than I remember. Like they start moving around. They like use the vehicles, which my mind was blown that they were doing that. I didn't expect to see a computer like when first time he hit the jetpack. I was like, holy shit, dude, the computer's jetpacking. This is cool. So they're pretty smart, but I like it. I can't wait to play more. Hopefully, I can play with you guys. That'll be fun.
Yeah, dude. If we can get the online component going with all of us on, me and Amy on the same team versus you and whoever you got, dude, we'll rock and roll it. But yeah, Worms Must Die just came out this week. Xbox One, PC, PlayStation. I believe it's on everything. So check it out if you haven't had a chance, dude. Me and Amy might be streaming a session this weekend.
Oh,
so
God, I want to watch your marriage. You guys will crumble under that game.
It's gonna be all over.
I was playing it, and the computer started digging a hole. And I was like, oh my God, like he busted out the blowtorch to hide. And I was like, dude, the first time Chad does that on Amy and puts some girders up, she's going to be like, you son of a bitch. She's going to be so pissed when he's up in the corner.
Cannons?
Yes.
They would dig the hole.
The grenade, you'd throw the banana bombs in and it would shoot you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we tried to see how far we could shoot the worms across the maps and stuff.
Yeah.
See, we can like shoot the worm into a hole that we dug to. We got out of control with that. It's an amazing fun game. It's worth the $30, dude. $30, fucking steal. Another game, I don't know if you want to talk about it real quick, but Madden 17 just came out this week. I don't know how much you've actually had a chance to play it. I don't know if you want to highlight any of the cool features for it or anything cool that's going on with it. Or do you want to wait until next week and talk about it with Tristan?
Yeah, maybe I'll wait till next week to talk about it with Tristan. I think Toby and I do an annual breakdown of Madden. We did it last year. We'll probably do it again this year where we like spend some time in it and just like shit all over it. And then when we're done shitting all over it, we'll play it for like 100 hours. Because that's what you do with those kind of games. So I don't know. I played it. There was like an error with the early access thing that took my hours. I played it for an hour. You're supposed to get 10, and it only let me have 1 hour, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah,
it's like across the board. I talked about it on live on the app yesterday. But it's a good game. It's like a good game of football. If you're looking for a football game, man, that's the only one you can get, and it's not too bad. That'll be all I'll say. It's like it's the only choice, but luckily for you, it's actually a really good choice. So
it seems like it's getting better and better.
How different is it from all the other Madden and bajillion games that exist? From what you could play for that hour's worth of time that you had?
It's very similar to last year's Madden. Like if you played last year's Madden, this one is going to be, the upgrades are going to be to like franchise mode. And they're going to be like subtle gameplay tweaks to like running and catching and special teams, like blocking field goals. Like I actually blocked a field goal on this, Chad. You'd be mind to be blown. Like they have special setups to block field goals, so it's just like an incremental upgrade.
Which makes me wonder.
Like a new Assassin's Creed. That's pretty much like it is.
But see, in Assassin's Creed, you get a whole new story. I was almost gonna say, is this something that they're screwing people on because they could technically do this stuff with a expansion pack for $30? And it just tweaks like some gameplay, it tweaks a lot of the code, it adds a few features. It's like almost like a season pass or a DLC that you would get with another game. It seems like what they do to these games is just.
I really often wonder that, especially with like the last. But then I went back and I watched a video of Madden 08, which was I think the first, like one on like Xbox or something, and it looked really terrible. And then I've watched the first Madden on the Xbox One, and there's definitely like a leap in the animation and the graphics, like the lighting engines and stuff change, but there is no fundamental change to the engine that couldn't be handled by just giving me my yearly Madden patch. But I guess I don't know what goes on behind the scenes for like all the changes in franchise mode and stuff like that, if it's like even feasible for them to do. It'd be interesting if Madden went yearly a la carte and they're like, here, for $20 you can play the old Madden, but here's a all new franchise mode experience for your old Madden game with new rosters and stuff like that.
That way, yeah, all those hours you put into it, you wouldn't then lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you maintain all this hard work, because not even now what you're doing is just moving on to a different one. You lose all your stats and all the cool shit that you spent hundreds of hours getting and acquiring just to kind of just continue the same thing. And I think we're at a graphics peak almost for Madden. I really don't see it going like, you know, getting any crazier where they can't until, you know, Scorpio and Neo, you know, hit or whatever the case is with those guys. But I feel like it could be something they could do. But
yeah, again, no, absolutely. Like if I look at screenshots from this year for last year, I can see the difference in the lighting. But I mean, outside of that, it's like that's so minuscule at this point. It's not like it's going to be a big change. You know what? It's probably going to be a big leap next year when they move to Frostbite. Kind of like FIFA. You like when we played FIFA, we're like, oh, that looks a lot better than it looked previously.
55 minutes of a match, yep.
55-minute demo. Chad is just exhausted and sweating by the end of that FIFA demo.
I was beat.
Dude, you'd never played that much FIFA in your life, dude.
Oh, no, I used to, dude. I used to play that one, the Konami one, or what's the other one?
Yeah, PS. Oh, I just played the demo for that. That just came out today, too, or yesterday. And if that's PS, if you like soccer, that's a new soccer game. I've played now both that and FIFA, and FIFA is definitely a better game than new FIFA.
Yeah. I think they're going to play second fiddle for a long time.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Let's jump into some news here. Catch you guys up a little bit on some PlayStation news that's been leaking out all week, past week. We've had two things here. I'm going to start with the lower tier one. PlayStation Plus membership's going up $10, guys, so make sure you stock up on your yearly. If you need to keep your PlayStation Plus membership, go buy them now. September 22nd, it goes up $10 extra. So
that's a good idea.
If you plan on getting them, dude. If you live in Europe and you're listening to us, because I know we got a ton of fans over in Europe, you guys don't have to worry about a price change. Your price will be staying the same for some reason. So
why do we get penalized?
Well, you know, probably because we're America.
America tax.
Yeah, America. Duh.
Well, silly me.
It's Ameritax.
It's Ameritax.
The other information for PlayStation is the PlayStation 4 Slim has been leaked ahead of the reveal of it on supposedly September 12th or September
9/7.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. September 7th event. Sony's supposed to be showing off the Neo and another model that wasn't announced yet, but it looks like this Slim is official. I originally thought it was a shitty ass like.
It looked like a generic fake, like someone was just like,
dude!
I was like, this is another situation where this guy made this thing in a 3D modeler. But then you watch the unboxing, you're like, oh, this is a pretty elaborate fake if it's a fake.
He fired it up, dude. He's got the instruction manual.
It looks like shit. It's terrible. Like, it looks terrible.
It looks really bad, dude. I think it's, I don't know what they were thinking, like how that condensed it to make it better. And it doesn't look, I mean, it's like, and when you look a side by side, it's, gosh, dude, I want to say a quarter inch off the top and sides. Like, it didn't really, maybe an inch tops.
The Xbox X isn't really that much smaller than the Xbox One anyway.
No.
Like, when you actually see them side by side, you're like, oh, yeah, that's not much. But at least it doesn't look, and that looks pretty fucking ugly too, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Well, that one at least didn't change too much from what it originally was. This one rounded out all the edges, made it look like a flat top grill, dude.
Yeah, it does. It actually does look a little bit like Foreman-esque. Like if you would like slant it up on a side, dude, you'd be like, oh shit, dude.
I'll put a couple burgers in there, dude.
I can put it in the kitchen for you, Chad, and trick you some morning when you go out to make your little breakfast burritos, and you're like, what's this? It's an Xbox. It's a PS4 Slim. I thought it was my Panera maker. You can try to open it up.
Don't you love how I got a southern drawl?
Yeah, you're making these breakfast burritos, dude. I want these breakfast
We make
burritos.
these Crunchwrap Supreme burritos that are way better than the Taco Bell breakfast ones.
Ridiculous.
Oh, they're so good.
All right, so Sweener wants like a good reason why if he were to get a PS4, like why should he get one? Is there a good reason to get a PS4?
Over what he has.
Yeah, to like have both systems. Outside of, I would say outside of like if you want to play Uncharted or like some of the exclusives like No Man's Sky, there really isn't.
No, there's not an exclusive that I could recommend you pay $300 just to get this system for, honestly.
Until Dawn was pretty fun, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, Until Dawn was great. There's
Uncharted.
There's going to be a new Last of Us. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But like,
but
what
it's
about
really
that
hard to say.
Creature game? That creature,
Bloodborne. No.
Well, yeah, Bloodborne is, but that Sweeney wouldn't like that. The one creature that Final Fantasy 15, or is that going to be on all systems?
Yeah, that's on everything. And like outside of that, like this new little baby system.
What is that creature one?
Doesn't
by
have...
the makers of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, The Last Guardian.
Yeah, that one I think is going to be worth it.
Yeah, those are all cool, but like outside of that, there's like no hardware change in this thing. It's just like a smaller version of it. You'll be able to get a cheaper version, like you'll be able to get a PS4 like fat, like we all have on the cheap. I'm assuming
it'll be cheaper.
Months.
Yeah, if you're gonna get two
refurb,
systems,
dude.
Yeah, if you're gonna get two systems, just get the older one used or something.
And wait till like when this PS4 Neo is announced on September 7th, and that's gonna have like a lot of upgrades potentially. We don't even know if is it going to be more power than the Scorpio. That's going to be
that's
Sony's favorite thing in the entire world to do is to walk out on a press conference and just like
shit on Xbox.
Boom, be like, look what we did. So there's no way they're going to go out there with hardware that's less than the Scorpio. It's impossible.
That's true. Yeah.
They would have to cancel. They would knowing them, they would definitely cancel that September 7th showing and just push it back again.
Yeah. That's totally. Like their pride and joy is going out and being like, starting on stage, and they take a chicken shit on top of Microsoft. That's what they do. They like spread their legs and get like.
They're gonna go out there with their super powerful system, show off their VR stuff, which Chad and I both loved. Like I'm super high on the VR stuff still. Like I guess that's a really good reason to get a PS4. If you like want to buy a PS4 and then spend $400 to get a VR setup, like there's some really cool shit going on with that. But
no, I'm afraid that it's gonna turn into the
little walking simulators.
The PlayStation glow sticks.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you get your handful of like big push and excitement, and then it just drops off.
I'm telling you, it's a gimmick, and everyone's like, "No, this is going to be the next big thing," and I'm like, "It's a total gimmick. It's not going to go anywhere."
Nah,
just like 3D TVs.
I think it's a gimmick at this point, but it is going to be a big thing.
Maybe in a few years.
Yeah, like this iteration of it, 100% gimmick. Like, there's no question. This is like the new Wii. Like,
God damn it! It's so much. It's
so cool. Like, it's hard to tell somebody how cool.
Yeah.
Like, we went to the Best Buy and did the demo. I tried it again. I don't know if you guys got to go do that, but like I was in line and there was like a lot of kids and stuff in front of us trying it out, and like just like seeing them when they were done with it, they were just like, yeah, that was pretty badass. It's like you have to feel that world.
You gotta be in it, dude. Yeah. So the PlayStation Slim was leaked on a UK classified site called Gumtree. No one knows who did it, where it came from, or how it got up there. I'm assuming Sony knows who the fuck did it because they should have that shit on lock. But apparently, there's gonna be a 1 terabyte version and a 500 gigabyte version. So the only upgrade you would get on the Slim would be a terabyte hard drive, which isn't necessary. But that's all we know so far about it.
Can they give me the ability to use a goddamn external drive on my PS4, please? That would be pretty sweet.
I'm assuming that there's got to be something in the works for that.
I have the 4.0 beta running, and I can't talk about it because I guess there's an NDA on it, but I can't use an external hard drive. I can say that much.
Can I say that?
Like,
can I?
All of a sudden, like,
you know what? Take the 4.0 beta away from me. I don't even give a shit. There's nothing good in that beta.
It doesn't do shit for us.
I can make a folder. Cool.
Yeah, so that's the PlayStation Slim stuff, dude. We also got some cool announcement this week too. Something I haven't finished yet, and I don't know if Amy's finished it yet. But Dark Souls 3, I think we like something came out and we just stopped playing. But Dark Souls 3 DLC was announced, and I haven't really purchased any of the Dark Souls games DLC ever.
Have they done a lot of it?
The last couple have done DLC. Yeah. Bloodborne did it. They had Scholars of the Sin for Dark Souls 2. They even did the Scholars of the Sin expansion, like collector's edition game that they upgraded to the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I just never really touched it. This one looks pretty cool, but again, I might not hit it. Comes out October 25th in Japan, and over here in America, it's gonna be $12. First DLC, $20 for a season pass, which is actually a pretty sweet deal, dude. I was talking about it live on the app the other day. Like, when's the last time I even said DLC that was under $50, under $40? It's pretty rare to see a season pass coming out at $20 only. So,
yeah.
Depending on what you get for the second part of the DLC, I don't know. But if it's anything like this first one, it's going to be pretty cool. It's called Ashes of Ariandel. It comes with a player versus player exclusive map, which they've never done before.
No,
so if you're if you're into PvP, it's an opportunity for you to just go out there and you have your own battleground now. And I don't know how that's gonna roll.
I have absolutely no interest in that aspect of it. I think it's really cool that they decided to do something that creative in their Souls world, because that's not something they've ever attempted to do, whether it be Bloodborne or Demon Souls or any of those games. So I think that alone would be worth a $20 price point just to see the creativity and like experience that. I personally wouldn't do it because I never played DLC ever. If I have ever downloaded it, I don't ever play it.
Dude, actually, Amy, I was thinking about that today because I got the press release that the Battlefield 1 DLC is going to be $50 for the season pass. And Chad just mentioned on Live on the App yesterday, he's like, dude, is any DLC not $50 anymore? Because this one's only $20. And I was reading the DLC and it had like all these different maps and stuff, and I was like, dude, how many times have I bought DLC in the last year, dude? And I've not even touched it. Like
Yeah,
Star Wars Battlefront, all this DLC, like I've bought the Rainbow Six. I just don't use it. I wonder what the percentage of people that spend $50 and just don't use it is. I bet it's really high.
That's why I just stop. Whenever I go to buy a game, like, oh, do you want the season pass or blah? I'm like, no, because I'm not going to use it. I just want the game.
Yeah, I bought all that wrestling DLC last year, dude, and I didn't even use all of it.
You didn't touch any of it?
I don't think I did.
Dang, dude.
I know, I got smoked on that thing. It was like $80 for that game and DLC.
Yeah, I think Battlefield. That's what brought it up yesterday. Is Battlefield 1 announced their season pass is going to be $50. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I pay $60 for a game, and then to continue to enjoy it, which we'll never know the fucking answer. But is it content that could have been in there before it released, or why they tack it on to their $50? Like, and it never equals up to another gameplay experience. Like, it just adds like a little extra to what your core value is, dude. I hate the gimmick, dude. It needs to fucking die a cold hard death. Wow. But I do like the $20 gimmick. I can see $20 for fucking DLC and then just stop fucking with my game. But like once you go to $50, dude, I'm way out, dude. I'm fucking beyond out, dude.
Yeah, like, but or like for instance, like The Witcher, like the DLC, like that is actually like worth it because you're gonna spend like what $20-$30 on another 30 hours of gameplay. It makes sense. It's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother immersion. There's new sets of armor. There's new collectibles. Like, it makes sense to have that be. I mean, technically that would be worth like maybe $40-$50 because it is a whole like new entire adventure. It's not like, hey, spend $50 and get like one small area of the map opened up and 70 new pieces of armor. Like, who cares?
70 skins for your gun, dude. Enjoy them.
Yeah, like, it's just, I don't know. DLC is for the most part.
Yeah, they're also going to be adding onto the player versus player map. They got new weapons that actually, they're new weapons. They're not weapons that were from the last, 8 Dark Souls games. They're actually going to be new weapons.
8.
So, well, I'm throwing numbers out there. Thanks for counting for me. And new magic spells. And a giant new single-player map with some really cool-looking bosses, dude. And what they showed off, it looked like 2 to 3 bosses. One might have just been a new enemy, but he looked like the first boss you fight, the first mini-boss you fight in Dark Souls 3. He kind of had this big warrior look to him and a big sword. One of the bosses looked like he was dumping, like in Game of Thrones when they put the gold on top of that dude's head and they melt his
the golden mask. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they have a boss in there. It's looks like a giant skeleton, and he's got this big thing of gold, and he's trying to slam it on your head, and you're rolling out of the way and stuff.
Huh, that's cool.
So it looks really awesome. So it could be pretty good, man. I look for that in October, dude. I don't have it on here, but I was gonna say in October we're supposed to get that new Tomb Raider DLC, Zombies
DLC.
Yeah, and they showed off some footage of that this week as well. But
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's just weird to see her just gunning down zombies with swords and shields, and then she's got an AK-47 and just kind of, I don't know. I get it goes with Halloween, but it should be a free gimmick, hey, look at what we did, just enjoy the holiday.
Yeah,
not here, buy this. This is no, it's it's a blatant tie-in to the holiday, and it's not anything to expand the story in a cool way.
No, yeah,
which is kind of cheap. But
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pass on that one, unfortunately, because I like that game a lot.
Yeah, so it's gonna be included in that collector's edition that comes out as well.
Yeah,
so
if you guys haven't played it, I recommend it.
What else do I got here, dude? Oh, something cool. Well, we're talking about Dark Souls. Now I'm going to get on to what you guys are up to this week, and then we're going to jet out of here. But I want to talk about something that's kind of similar to Dark Souls, but in a samurai-style way from the dudes who made the Ninja Gaiden series. I don't know if you like the recent, I say recent, but in the last 10 years, the Ninja Gaiden games that came out from Team Ninja. They have been working on a game called Neo that I've been kind of following a little bit here and there. And it has some aspects of Dark Souls in it, where it's fucking punishing as hell, deaths matter, and weapons and weapons
kind of janky?
It looks like arcade port, like it has like.
It looks like a Team Ninja game. They always have a weird look to them.
It looks like Lords of the Fallen.
I would say it looks samurai? Like Ninja Gaiden with Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But Gaiden. You know what I mean, like how Gaiden.
Yeah, Gaiden.
Like Lords of the Fallen. How that was just like a Dark Souls rip. It was fun, but it just was kind of the same. Only so it's going to be like that essentially, but with samurais and ninjas.
And great combat.
And awesome combat.
Those games that didn't have the best combat. Like, I don't think the combat in like Dark Souls and stuff, those games suck. That combat sucks. So like, I always thought if you could put a cool combat engine, I mean, that's totally like, obviously.
Wait, you don't like the Dark Souls combat?
I can't stand it. I don't like the way the character moves. Like, I feel like all I do in that is roll.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, like I think that's that's a terrible combat situation.
I think it's fun.
I mean, it can totally be fun, but it's not like a Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden where it's like fast and you're like jumping and you're like doing combos and you're like I feel like I'm in control. In this, I just feel like I'm rolling around, hoping I can jankily get behind someone to stab them in the back. But that's where this actually sounds appealing to me.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have the rolling simulator in this. So the beta is live. It's available now. Just became available earlier this morning. It was out in UK yesterday. So you guys have a chance to check it out and play it. By playing this beta and completing this beta, you unlock DLC for the game when it comes out. Which I think is a pretty cool, incentive to, check out the beta. If you were interested in the game at all, hey, why not check it out and play it?
Yeah,
it's on the PS4. So I'm going to try and get my hands on it.
Final Fantasy battle, yeah.
And see what's going on with it, because I mean, if it is something cool, hey, I'd like to get my hands on some free DLC, dude. Why not, man?
I'll do it.
Yeah, it looks like it could be pretty rad, man. I'm excited. It's been in production for a long time, so
yeah, it has.
Let's see what these dudes got for us, man. And speaking of that, what do you guys got for me, dude? We're heading out of here in a little bit. Jason, you got a big week ahead of you with some Madden to play, and we got a shit ton of games to play.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Madden. I'm definitely gonna play a ton of Worms, dude. I'm loving that game.
What about Deus Ex?
I'm gonna play Deus Ex too, because I left E3, but that's like a game you can't play in an E3 environment because you only get like 10 minutes of it. It's like not enough. Like I need to sit down and play it. So I'm definitely gonna play through that. But I think I spent a lot of time. Like Worms has all those challenges you have to go through, and then
they show world records right away. Too.
I know someone had like 7 seconds in one, and I was like, I don't know how that's possible, but I would like to compete for that.
Yeah.
But then by beating them,
that's hilarious, because I thought the same fucking thing when I turned it on. I was like, oh, let me see what these are. And like the only thing I noticed was like not gold, silver, bronze. It was like world record, and I was like, what? And then it said scanning, and then it pulled out real data, and I was like, you sons of bitches! Someone beat this in 7 seconds?
Yeah, I was like, nobody can throw grenades faster than I can. I was like, I got this, and then it's like 28 seconds, and I was like, okay. I don't know how they did that, but it's cool that you get unlocks from doing that. You get different outfits and fanfare and tombstones. I got the cryo.
And there's like boss matches too. You have to unlock hidden maps in certain stages, like by blowing up the ground, and then you'll find it, and then that'll unlock like a bounty to kill like a boss character, a boss worm.
God damn it, dude! Is Pubes the boss worm?
Dude, it should be. I wish they would have had like a vote for your favorite worms.
Would you have just put pubes and foreskin, just 1, 2?
Just a whole team of pubes. Dude, remember pubes 1, pubes 2, pubes 3, pubes 4. I wish. Oh, I might have to boot that out, dude, if the Dreamcast still works.
I think that's it, dude. I think I'm done playing No Man's Sky. I 100%ed that thing. So.
We didn't even talk about it this week. I was going to avoid it because it's just in a state of,
When you get to the end, you're just like, oh, that's how it ended? I'm in the process of writing my review for that. And it's just like, I really don't know how I feel about it.
Did you make it to the center?
I did.
Wow, you stuck with it that
long? No, not the center. I finished the Atlas path. No one, like, the center is going to take you like 100 years to get there.
What's the end to the Atlas path? Just getting the Atlas Stone?
You gotta get like the Atlas Stone like 15 fucking times, and then it's like, you've made it to the end, here's your trophy. That's pretty much it. Spoilers, but that's pretty much like if you go to one atlas, that's how they all end. It has like a little It has a little story that like
shit, dude. I think I went to 10 atlases and I was like, I'm done.
Just keep doing it, and you'll know it's the end.
Yeah, and then it's just crazy. Yeah.
But once you get further in, the planets get weirder the farther in you get. So supposedly, I'm gonna keep diving back in because I do like going to a new planet and seeing what's on there, even though I don't care.
We explored the planets that were supposed to be lush and full of life, like the blue ones. You know, the blue ones are supposed to have a higher rate.
Yeah.
Barren, empty, what was it? Relax. Like it was like the worst planet.
Oh, bummer.
We did 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the heck, dude? Maybe we're not
annoying.
Close enough to the center of the universe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that game, but I don't like that game. So I've been trying to figure out what fucking review score to give that thing for a good 4 days now since the weekend.
On a game like that, dude, it's got to be middle of the road, dude, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that I was thinking about it so much probably should have been just fucking score it a 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was going to say a 2, but yeah. 3.
I'd say 3.
Yeah. It does some neat
things. It has so much potential. It does things that no other game has ever even tried to do before. So it's like that's what's really hard to knock it for things that it didn't do that I wish it would have done, instead of praising it for the things that it does and does well. It's a really fine line to Well,
and also things that we were told it was going to do and then didn't do.
Yes, the trailers.
That I think is
fucking trailers.
Yeah, I think that's like the most exciting thing. It was kind of displayed in a different light than what it actually was.
Yes.
And if you guys kind of want to...
I have a good 2 questions about that in my review. Check out Chad and Amy's play of it. Like, you guys did a random 30 on it.
The initial reactions were super positive, man, and exciting. So, but if you want to follow No Man's Sky and see what it could have been right now, there's a lot of PC mods going on, and there's some pretty cool ones that allow you to actually fly on the planet without the restriction of getting auto stopped or auto landing. So you can go on, you can fly your spaceship underwater, and if in an all water planet, and you can fly cool. Like.
They should have had that in there from the beginning. I always thought I was going to be able to go underwater. That's cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, for obvious reasons, they didn't do it because they didn't want you crashing your ship, because that was part of the gimmick. They probably didn't want you running over animals.
Why
you
not?
Could, you know,
I mean, the fucking animals don't do anything anyway.
Yeah, well, they don't want Amy yelling at you for running them over.
Don't kill the animals, they're cute!
So what do you got going on this week, Amy?
Well, I'm really sad that you didn't even mention my Iron Banner scores and how great I did in Iron Banner. You know,
oh, dude, I completely shut your ass down for
You talked about it in the beginning a little bit. We did talk about the Destiny stuff. Chad mentioned
we talked about a little Iron Banner. I tried to lead you in there, but I think you were playing on your phone, or you were reading the Twitch channel or something like that, so I don't think you were paying attention. But I was talking about it in the beginning when we were talking about No Man's Sky. But Amy did go on a massive fucking ass whooping in the Iron Banner, which takes your light level into account, not just it doesn't even everyone out. So it takes you go against some really hardcore dudes. And what was your score, dude?
I had 24 and 4, or 24 and 6. 24 and 6, I think.
And she recorded the video, and it was pretty slick, dude. She had two guys with 1 bullet.
Yeah, that was cool. It was like a double kill with 1 bullet, because I had the Scott rifles, so I have to pump each one. So I knew, I was like, whoa, it's got to, and then one of them was a headshot, and it went through or something, and got the guy behind him, and I was like, yes!
Dude, I love how we're all into Destiny again.
Chad, it's Chad's fault. He's stupid and does things
okay, dude.
Actually, it's my fault for getting Chad excited, because I was going to fucking say I was going to go back into it, and then once Chad's excited, then good fucking luck, dude.
Dude, and I was in Milwaukee, on a little trip, and I just remember a phone call at 11:30 at night, dude, and then she's fucking just going off on how she just wasted everybody and was whooping so much ass, and I was holding her back because I was in the game stealing all her kills. And...
Yeah, I got 15, 20 assists. I do. I have 8 kills and 6 deaths, but then if you go over a page, it's 20 assists, and I'm the fuck? Somebody's snapping my kills.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're playing there for trophies.
That's me, dude, stealing all your stuff, dude. Well, if you guys want to follow me, you guys can check me out on twitch.tv/AllertonAv. I'll be streaming all weekend long. Actually, I won't be streaming on Sunday because I'm going to be at Curd Fest.
Cheese
Curd Fest.
Wait a second.
Curd Fest.
Is this the first annual Curd Fest?
Curd Fest. I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
Holy shit, what is it? Like, what do you do there?
Cheese curds!
There's a cheese curd race, whatever that is. There's a cheese curd eating contest. And then there's a ton of vendors with cheese curds, like their own flavor of cheese curds, and you vote on like who's got the best cheese curd.
Man, dude, I miss cheese curds. They have cheese curds down here at the grocery store, but they're like...
They don't squeak, do they?
They don't squeak. They're definitely like week-old cheese curds. People down here eat them up. They're like, this is great. And I'm like, this is shit. This is shit cheese curds, shit cheese.
The shittiest shitty shit that ever was shit.
Yeah, it's not fresh. Like, yours is going to be like wet. You're going to get them and they're going to be wet and they're going to be delicious.
Like Chad's wet poops.
Wet cheese
dude,
curds.
Imagine what a cheese curd eating contest would do to your body, dude. If you just eat a bag of those things in a sitting.
Dude, somebody like Jeremy could throw him back because he's all skinny and tiny and has a high metabolism. He'd just be like, nom, 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 nom.
Well, I feel like they're small enough where you don't even need to chew. You can just swallow.
Swallow them.
Yeah. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings here, or maybe it was in New York, and you can get the deep fried cheese curds. And I didn't realize it, but I was just like eating them. And Jessica was like, man, you're just eating those like it's fucking popcorn. And I was like, dude, that's how you eat it, man. Just keep
cheese curd for you.
Keep throwing them down.
Man, I wish I was going to Cheese Curd Fest, dude. That sounds amazing. Full report next week.
I'll have a full report on Cheese Curd Fest and how Amy wins the cheese curd eating contest next week. Same time on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So wherever you guys are in the city, just look for Allerton Ave, and you'll find us. We'll be streaming live for you guys. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Amy, for joining me this week. We'll see you guys next week. And if you missed it, we got Adapted on Friday for you, the replay of it. You can check that out. Otherwise, just listen to us again tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.